Alright, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this game called Descendants before, but it is probably going to be the best game ever. Now, if you've never heard of this game before, I don't blame you because it is not released yet. It is also not even close to being finished, and it's also being developed by me.
What?
Now, hear me out. At the beginning of this year, I decided to set out on the journey to finally start making my dream game. And so one day I was watching a video giving advice, and the one that stood out to me the most was how I should get feedback on my game as much as possible, even before I start making the game. And it's true. I mean, think about it. Why would I spend years putting in effort to create my dream game, only to find out that when I'm done, nobody wants to play it? And so that is what this video is about. I am going to pitch to you my dream game, and you can let me know your thoughts because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what you think. And if you like what you hear, come back in a few years and you'll be able to play the best game ever. Alright, so imagine that you wake up on a floating island in the sky, except that you don't have any memories about yourself. You don't know how you got there, and the people who live there don't know how they got there either. All that they know is that at the center of the island, there's a hole that spans multiple layers, each one more dangerous than the next, and nobody knows what lies at the bottom. Many people often go down these layers to try and find out, and sometimes they come back with loot to help them on their next descent, but most don't make it back. And you've definitely never heard of anything like this before, right? So these are the main points I'm going to talk about regarding my game, but please feel free to leave any questions in the comments in case I don't address them in the video, and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, this game is going to be a top-down 2D RPG dungeon crawl, so for the art style, think more like Pokemon and Stardew Valley. There will be a total of 7 layers, and each layer is going to be its own unique environment. So, for example, the first layer will be more of a forest, while others will be like a barren wasteland, volcanic depths, or like icy caverns. As for world generation, currently I'm planning to have each layer be built on a grid, where every tile is a room that is randomly selected from a set of pre-built rooms, like forests, ponds, monster encounters, etc. Then I would stitch them together to generate the map for each layer, so that each descent feels unique and different. Now, what I think will really set this game apart is the combat. While exploring, you're going to have to manage both your health and energy. There are going to be lots of different kinds of weapons and armor, and each weapon will have different attacks, consuming different amounts of energy. On top of that, both armor and weapons will have durability, so you will also need to account for situations where they break in the middle of combat. This will also encourage you to use different kinds of weapons so that there is diversity in your gameplay. In addition, there will also be different kinds of magic to complement your playstyle. For example, if you're more of a fighter, you might use light magic to empower your next strike, while others might prefer to use fire magic to attack from a safe distance. However, you do need to be careful because using magic drains a lot of energy, which could leave you vulnerable. I think that these factors together, weapon durability and energy usage, will make for interesting decision making in your gameplay, as you not only have to think about how you're going to deal with the immediate threat now, but how that decision will also affect the long term decision of whether you can continue on your journey or if you need to try and head back to safety. Now, I want to make this game so that everyone can go at their own pace, so that both people who have never played games before and experienced gamers can still enjoy the experience. And to do that, the game will introduce everything gradually. At the start, you'll go through a simple tutorial to learn the basics, and the first layer is designed to ease you in. Getting comfortable with movement, combat, UI, basic gear, but as you descend deeper, each layer introduces new mechanics, weapons, and systems, which will slowly add complexity. Now, normally when you progress, you unlock gear that is just strictly better and stronger than the ones you have previously encountered. However, I want them all to be similar in power regardless of how deep you are, but come with different strengths and drawbacks so players can experiment and create their own builds and progress that way. This way, your progression through the game is measured by how well you can combine certain weapons, gear, and magic together, as well as the skill you acquire to take down stronger foes rather than just pure stats. Now, I do believe playing with friends is the best experience, so in addition to single player, I want to make it so that you can invite friends to your world and descend together. I think this will lead to great moments such as everyone fighting for an item that they want,
Snap now. Oh my god, a stack of rockets!
or your friend coming in to sacrifice themselves for you. In addition, I want to add an open market where players can buy and sell loot that they have gained from their descents with other players. I am not kidding when I say that open markets are one of my favorite things in the game. I remember that when I used to play FIFA, I would barely play the game. I would just open packs and try to buy and sell my way up into a good team. I think having the open market would be better for the game because that way you can sell things you don't plan on using and buy the things that you want. There will also be a game mode where players can battle one another with the weapons and armor that they have. I think for this mode I am leaning towards a loot extraction style like Dark and Darker, where you fight other players while looting a dungeon at the same time. Keep in mind that durability is still a factor, and now that players can kill you, you can easily lose what you bring, so be careful. Now, all these factors, players trading, players wanting good loot, players fighting, and potentially losing their weapons and armor, will cause them to go back and descend, either to replace what they lost or find better equipment. I think that this would be a great way to provide replayability once players so and so beat the game and let the players test their skill against each other. So that right there is my dream game. Now, of course, I may be leaving out a lot of information that might be important to you, so please leave any comments if you have any questions, and please let me know. What do you think I should add or remove from the game? Thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you next time with an update. Thank you.